Hey everyone, so this is my review of Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 5, called Choose Your Pain. And essentially what this episode is about is that Captain Lorca is captured by the Klingons while on a mission, and while aboard their ship, he sort of is in company with prisoner of war, Lieutenant Ash Tyler, and also a very notorious criminal, Henry Mudd. And this was a really interesting and entertaining episode that did a great job of having a really nice main story as well as a really nice side story that both were, like I said, just entertaining to watch. And I really liked what they did with Michael and her sort of trying to figure out how to help Ripper and help find a way that they could still use this warp drive technology but not use Ripper, because she did have the doctors and all this stuff go through all these medical exams and find out that every time that they use the jump drive, it ends up mentally harming the creature to the extent that they're slowly killing it. So that was interesting, and I really like that pretty much all the scientists that are involved with this jumped on board with trying to come up with different ways to use the drive without harming Ripper, or even using Ripper at all. And their main discovery was to sort of use a human subject instead, because they found that the symbiotic relationship between Ripper and the mushrooms spores, the closest possible relationship that they could find with another creature is with a human. So they had that option on the table, but it was just not that great of one because they didn't want to use a human test subject on something. So they were trying to find some other creature, some other thing that they could use instead. So that was interesting with how they were playing and how they were doing all that stuff, but they did have this one option on the table that they could do in dire circumstances. Then all the moments with Suru acting as captain were really interesting, with him trying to find the ways of becoming one of the best captains and sort of trying to take examples from the top ranking 5 best captains. And he's doing that by trying to seem very powerful and unafraid. And because he's so stuck in this idea of acting this certain way will make him the best, he is really failing at listening to what the rest of the crew has to say. And yes, for the most part, it was Michael that he came into contact with, and their relationship isn't the best. But still, he just seemed completely devoid of hearing anyone else's opinion on what they think. He just kind of went based on his instincts. So that was interesting to see him do that, and then by the end of this episode sort of learn more how to be a better captain based on what went wrong this time of him running at it. And then all the moments with Captain Lorca being captured and stuff were really great, with him sort of figuring out how things work among all the prisoners and him figuring out what the Klingons actually want with him. And then I really enjoyed the whole escape scene and how Captain Lorca sort of got out of there and escaped and finally figured out a way to get back aboard the Discovery. All that was just really interesting, how they decided to do all of it. And then I'm really curious to see how Lieutenant Ash is going to fit on board now among the Discovery crew, and where they're going to put him, and if he's going to have a more sort of infamous or well-known role aboard the ship, or if he's just going to become another member of the crew that they're going to go back to every once in a while. And then in the future, I really hope that they do have something that goes back to Harry and him getting revenge on Lorca, since Lorca left him behind on the Klingon ship. So I really hope that they do eventually go back to that sometime in the future. And then just overall, this was a really interesting episode that had a lot of very fun sort of moments to it and very interesting moments. And I really kind of can't wait to see what they're going to do next. So yeah, that's my review of Star Trek Discovery, Season 1, Episode 5, called Choose Your Pain. So yeah, bye!